Gakudo Yojinshu, The Mind of Studying the Way, by Dogen Zenji. Flowing Mountains, Zen, Field Transmission. Translation by Ryua Inzan. Setting forth the heart, the way sets forth, the learner and the learned, not two. Seeing the world rise and fall, impermanence sees itself. This seeing is the awakening mind. For a moment we lean upon it and call it Bodhi, yet even this name dissolves in the act of seeing. Change burns through eye and mine, no thought of gain, no trace of fame. Time flares, the head is fire, the way moves before thought. This body, this life, a ripple of breath, effort walks itself. Wind sings at dusk, nothing gained, nothing lost. Dew clouds the eyes, beauty fades in its shining. Freed from sound and color, the way's own heart turns itself. From long ago till now, the learned and the unlearned alike have stumbled into the pit of name and profit, losing the life of the way. Pity arises not for their ignorance, but for their distance. They chant the subtle sutras, recite the hidden and the open teachings. Yet if name and gain remain, the mind of awakening has not yet stirred. Some call it perfect awakening. Some call it the thought that holds 3,000 worlds. Some call it the gate where no thought arises. Some call it the heart entering the Buddha realm. All these words miss the pulse. The Bodhi mind is nearer than naming. Look directly. This craving heart for recognition, this hunger to be seen, has it merged with the Dharma of no thought? Has it dissolved in the realm of suchness? No, only desire loving its own echo. The sages of old, even amid the dust of the world, never held name or profit. Not clinging even to Dharma, how could they cling to worldliness? The mind that contemplates impermanence is the first opening of awakening. It is not what madmen call emptiness. No thought with 10,000 aspects is the subtle path after the vow. Do not reach for it. To forget the self and quietly tend the way, that alone is intimacy with the awakening mind. 62 views begin with self. When I arises, sit down. See, this body inside and out. What is it? Born of father and mother, red and white, empty from start to end, not self. Thought, awareness, knowing, bound to breath, coming and going with it, not self. Between these, nothing to grasp, the deluded clutch, the awakened release. They chase the self of no self, cling to the birth of the unborn, walk the way that does not walk, cut what was never bound, rejecting the true Dharma, seeking the false. How strange. A loyal minister turns a nation with one word. A Buddha turns the heart with one phrase. If the ruler is not wise, truth cannot enter. If the mind is not clear, the Buddha's speech finds no ear. Failing to turn the heart, birth and death still flow. Failing to hear the loyal word, virtue remains unseen. Learning holds reward within itself. Practice holds realization. None receive reward without learning. None gain realization without practice. Realization may appear sudden or gradual. Practice always follows. Study may be shallow or deep. Accumulated study brings its fruit. This is not mere rank or talent. It follows the movement of heaven. Without learning, no transmission of king's wisdom. Without practice, no awakening of Buddhas. Practice established amid delusion. This is realization before awakening. Then the raft of crossing is known as last night's dream, the snake and the vine, forever severed. The Buddha does not make it so. Function makes itself. Practice invites realization. Realization employs practice. The treasure of one's own house does not come from elsewhere. Mind's field cannot reverse its flow. When realization turns its gaze toward practice, no dust clouds the eye, only white clouds for 10,000 miles. But when practice lifts its foot to step upon realization, no ground receives it, only the open space between heaven and earth. Step back once, the Buddha ground leaps forward. Practicing the way, receive the living secret from one who has realized, do not rely on your own invention. With mind, it cannot be attained. Without mind, it cannot be attained. If the practicing mind fails to accord with the way, body and mind find no peace. Without peace, there is no ease. Without ease, the path of realization grows thorns. How walks the mind aligned with the way? Neither grasping nor rejecting, without name or profit. To practice the Dharma is not to practice for anyone, but those who claim to practice now, their minds are far from the way. If pleasure moves them, they follow it though knowing it false. If reverence fades, they abandon the true. Pitiable. Still your heart and ask, this mind, is it Dharma or delusion? Shame upon shame. The eyes of the sages see through. Those who walk the Buddha Dharma do not do so for their own body. How much less for fame or profit? They practice because the Dharma practices itself. The Buddhas, out of compassion, do not act for self or other. Their activity is the still law of reality. See the small creatures nurturing their young, their toil without reward, their tenderness without reason. Even insects mirror Buddha's heart. The Dharma of the Buddhas is not compassion alone. It flowers in countless gates rooted in the same soil. Since we are children of Buddha, how not to breathe the Buddha wind? Practice not for self, not for fame, not for reward, not for miracle. Practice for practice's sake. This is the way. The ancients said, when vow tilts even a hair, 10,000 acts scatter like dust. Right heart, true direction. Without it, each step fades. A student depends on the teacher's alignment, as timber depends on the craftsman's hand. Good wood without good work shows no beauty. A crooked branch meets a clear eye, and form appears. According to the master's cut, awakening or illusion arise. Yet here, in this far shore, true teachers are rare. How to know? Listen, the stream's sound reveals its source. Our past teachers wrote and taught, yet their words were green, unripe. They knew the names of treasures but held none. They counted another's gold until their fingers bled. Some urge you to seek awakening outside the heart. Some praise rebirth in another land. Thus, the medicine of Buddha becomes poison on the tongue. Since ancient days, good doctors have been few. Without them, illness deepens, birth and death repeat. Not the fault of the sick, but of those who call themselves healers. Teaching before seeing, clinging to self-made knowing, they lead others into their own dream. Pity the teacher blind to delusion. How can students distinguish light from shadow? This small island realm, the Buddha way has barely landed, true guides yet unborn. Those who would study the great way must cross the sea and find the living teachers of song. Seek the road beyond your own mind. Without a true teacher, better not to study at all. A true teacher, not old, not young, but one whose insight bears the seal of the Dharma. No reliance on script or wit, strength beyond habit, will beyond measure, no cage of self-view, no mud of feeling. Practice and realization breathe together. Such a one is the true teacher. To study Zen and the way is the work of a lifetime. It cannot be hurried. The ancients cut arm and finger, marks of the elixir's fire. The Buddha left home and throne. The path still glows in his steps. People now speak of easy practice, words against the grain of Buddha. If practice is something done, then lying down is laziness. Lazy in one act, lazy in all. Those who love ease already know they are not vessels of the way, the Dharma that moves the world today. This is the fruit of Shakyamuni's countless kalpas of bitter practice. Can the source be hard and the stream easy? Followers of the way, do not set your will on comfort. Seek ease, and you will not reach the real. Desire lightness, and you will not touch treasure. Even the strong of old called practice hard. If the way were simple, they would not have said so. Compared with them, we are less than a hair from 9 oxen's hide. With small roots and shallow knowing, even our hardest striving barely brushes their easiest breath. Those who chase the easy to do, easy to know, what road is that? Neither worldly nor Buddha's path, not even the heretic's trail, not even Mara's own. It is the deep confusion of common dreamers. They speak of liberation, yet circle without end. Breaking bone, crushing marrow, not so hard, but steadying the mind, that is the razor's edge. Fasting, purity, harsh vows, not so hard, but aligning body with way, harder still. Many have borne pain, few have met the Dharma. Many have kept vows, few have awoken. Mind's adjustment, this is hardest of all. Wisdom, learning, thought, insight, none come first. Forget them all. Let body and mind balance themselves. Shakyamuni said, the perceiver of sound enters the stream and leaves the known behind. Movement and stillness, clearly not two. This is the discipline of alignment. If cleverness reached the way, Sheng Xiu would be the ancestor. If low birth blocked it, Huineng could never be. The Dharma passes outside knowledge and intellect. It can be sought, touched, entered. Do not despise the gray hair nor the young face. Zhaozhou began at 60 and became a lion among patriarchs. Miss Zheng began at 13 and shone among the assembly. The Buddha Dharma shows its power in doing or not doing, in presence or absence. Some study sutras, some the world's books. All may turn toward Zen. Nanyue Huisi, brilliant as he was, still bowed to Bodhidharma. Yongjia, clear and quick, still sought the great mirror's gate. Thus the way of asking is the way of awakening. When you ask a true master, do not match his words to your own thought. Match your mind to his silence. Hearing the Dharma, let body and mind be one, water poured into water. Then you receive the teaching. But the dull ones, clutching texts and memories, hear only themselves. Their teacher's voice passes by like wind. They make a few phrases their banner, judge new words against old, and call the echo Buddha. Unable to release the false, how will they return to truth? Through aeons they wander, dreaming they are awake. The Buddha way is beyond thought, beyond dividing, measuring, conceiving. If you have lived forever in thought, why have you not yet met the way? Drop calculation. Let the body itself test the body. Thus the clear mirror shines. The gate of entry is known by the true masters of lineage, never by scholars of text. The Buddha Dharma outshines every road. Therefore, beings turn toward it. When the Tathagata walked this earth, there were no two teachings, no second master. Shakyamuni alone, guiding by the light of unsurpassed awakening. From Kashyapa's smile through 28 in the west, 6 in the east, 5 great houses, each lamp to lamp, no gap, no dust. From Liang's bright age onward, monk and minister alike returned to this flow. What is truly precious needs no praise. Love of the image is Lord Yi's dream of dragons. East of India, the nets of text stretch wide, threaded over sea and mountain. Yet mountains stay dry of cloud, the sea still as bone. The foolish taste the bait, a fish eye for a pearl. The deluded hoard the stone, a swallow's pebble called jade. They tumble into Mara's pit, harming themselves again and again. Borderlands, heresy rises like wind, the true Dharma hardly passes through. India bowed to the Buddha law, Koryo has heard its name. Our own land, silent. Why? Why? Those who sailed to Tang were tangled in Scripture's net. They carried Buddha's books and forgot Buddha's way. Their merit turned to smoke, their labor, dream, pitiful. They spent a human life counting shadows. When you first enter the gate, hear the wise teacher and practice as shown. Then you learn the secret pulse. The Dharma turns me. I turn the Dharma. When I turn it, I am strong, Dharma weak. When it turns me, Dharma strong, I weak. Thus the Buddha Dharma moves in two rhythms. Only true heirs know them. Few even hear the names. Not knowing this, how can one tell true from false? Those who sit in Zen today transmit this very fact and do not err. No other gates remain. Joyfully seek the way. Without Zen, truth stays veiled. Buddhas and ancestors pointed straight, handed hand to hand. In the West, 47 generations. In the East, 6. Nothing added, nothing cracked. From Kaoxi's robe, Dharma spread through the world of sand. In Great Tang, the true eye of the law flourished. This Dharma has no form, cannot be held, cannot be sought. In seeing, knowing dies. In finding, mind transcends itself. Lose your face at Huangmei, cut your arm at Shaoxi, gaining the marrow, mind flips over, grace newly born. Bow, then step back, you fall into expedience. Yet in heart and body, no dwelling, no grasping. A monk asked Zhao Zhou, "Does a dog have Buddha nature?" Zhao Zhou said, "Mu. Can you weigh this mu? Can you clutch or block it? No handle anywhere. Open your hand. Let go. Let go. See how body and mind, birth and death, Buddha law and world law, mountains, rivers, creatures, houses, all stand revealed. Look again, movement and stillness clearly unarising. When unarising shines, it is not dullness. No one owns it. Many lose their way here. Seekers find half the path. Walk the rest. Do not stop. To study the way, first know if your direction is true. Shakyamuni, great tamer, sat beneath the tree, saw the morning star, and woke. His way surpasses the saints and sages. Buddha awoke himself, Buddha to Buddha, unbroken even now. Those who see this, Buddha. To turn toward the way is to see its whole shore, to mirror its pattern. The way lies beneath the feet, obstructed by the way, illumined there, obstructed by awakening, fulfilled as this very one. Even a perfect assembly falls half short. Such is the charm of seeking. Students today cannot read where the way opens or closes. They chase proof and wonder. Whom do they fool? Forsaking the Father, leaving the treasure, wandering as beggars. Children of wealth living poor. Such irony. To study the way is to be stopped by the way. Stopped by the way, no trace of awakening left. Practice the Buddha way. First, trust it. To trust the Buddha way, trust yourself, already within it. Not deluded, not mistaken, not more, not less. Live this trust. Clarify this way. Act from it. This is foundation. Sever the root of thought. Do not walk the road of knowing. This is the first aid to beginners. Then body and mind fall off, delusion and awakening released. Few truly believe they are in the way. Such faith is rare. Trust rightly, and the great way opens and closes of itself. Delusion and awakening play their part. Sit, cut the root of intent. 9 in 10 see the way at once. Determining body and mind, two movements arise. Hearing a teacher's word, sitting in one's own zazen. Hearing flows in mind's current, sitting steadies realization. Entering the way, do not drop either. Each person bears body and mind, strong or weak, fierce or dull. With these very bones and thoughts, realize Buddha, this is undertaking. Do not turn back, do not polish, just follow realization. This is directly down, this is undertaking. Following thus, it is no old view, undertaking thus, no new nest.